This training will dive into a crucial aspect of successful paid advertising campaigns, testing. By the end of this training, you'll understand why testing is essential and how it can help you optimize your campaigns. So, why do we do ad testing? Testing is vital because it allows us to make informed decisions based on real data. By conducting tests, we can: Number 1, understand our audience better. Testing different ad variations helps us identify what resonates with our target audience. By examining their preferences and behaviors, we can tailor our campaigns to their specific needs and interests. Number 2, optimize performance. Through testing, we can identify the highest performing ad elements such as headlines, visuals, or calls to action, CTAs. By optimizing these elements, we can improve click-through rates, conversions, and ultimately the return on investment or ROI. Number 3, minimize risks and wasted resources. Testing helps us mitigate risks associated with launching campaigns without sufficient data. By testing smaller segments, we can identify and address potential issues early on, reducing the likelihood of wasting valuable time, money, and effort on ineffective strategies. Now that you know why we run tests, let's move on to how to run a successful test. Here are some important best practices for testing ad elements. Run an A/B test. This will allow you to test 2 elements and get clear results no matter how much ad spend you have. Test one element at a time. If you test too many elements at once, you won't be able to identify which element is actually contributing to the success or failure of an ad. And track all of your tests and results. Make sure that you keep track of each test as well as the resulting ad itself. Keep that saved somewhere that you and your ad specialist can both access. Now that you know how to run a successful test, it's time to decide what you should test. This will depend on the client and ad strategy, but here are a list of elements that you might want to consider testing. The first category are ad elements. This includes the headline, the image, the intro text, and the CTA. The second category of things you can test is to switch up the messaging. You can do this by messaging to different personas or by hitting on different pain points. The third thing you can test is the writing style. This is often seen in A/B style testing, where you're going to test things like a shorter versus a longer caption, a question versus no question, a statistic versus no statistic, a quote versus a summary, or an emoji versus no emoji usage. The last thing you can try testing is the landing page instead of the ad itself. Try testing the same ad, but sending people who click through that ad to 2 different landing pages. And that's it. Now that you know why we test, how to run a successful test, and what to test, you're ready to dive into ad testing. And remember, this is an ongoing process. Continually monitor and optimize your campaigns based on the insights gained from testing.